Hey, this is Shea, and I'm here with Bethanne Wanamaker from ediblegoddess.com, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself so that we can start talking about superfoods. That way you'll know why she's the person we should be asking about superfoods. So say hi to the RawFu crowd.
Hey everyone. Hi everyone at RawFu. It's really an honor to be here and be a part of this. I've been a superfoodist, a living superfoodist for about 8.5 years. I did have a raw superfood skincare line. It was called Organic Healing, and I used to exhibit at all the green festivals and raw spirits.
That's how I met you. That was incredible
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's all edible, and that's really my whole philosophy, using, keeping it raw, keeping it totally edible, keeping it organic, and using superfoods in it. And, not many people had really thought of it using herbs and infusing. And so I spent many years studying the process and how to incorporate them and keep it raw. A lot of people will heat it up to meld it all together and make it work. And so I really wanted to bring together all of those components. And so anyway, I stopped retailing and wholesaling this past summer and plan to relaunch it in the next year or two.
Awesome.
So just with some more things in place, so it'll be the best ever.
So you're also working on some ebooks right now.
Yes. My first one is 7 detox strategies to slim down, feel sexy all the time, and get truly healthy.
Now that's 7 detox strategies.
Yes.
Because I keep hearing you say 7 detox strategies.
Oh.
And that's like, okay, 7 detox strategies.
7 detox cleansing strategies. And it really is a way of lifestyle. I mean, you can take it and live with it. You can also do it as kind of like 4-week cleanse. I call it, I do programs, individual and group programs called 4 Weeks to Phenomenal Health, which is just anyone who really wants to take control of their health, feel amazing in their own body, and really get truly healthy, and slimming down, losing weight, and making it a whole lifestyle.
Okay, so living superfoodist. I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
It's a David Wolf term. I mean, and it's really, it makes sense because you're eating raw foods, you're eating foods that are alive, and you're a superfoodist because, at least my foundation of my diet is based on superfoods.
Well, this is a great segue. A lot of people are starting to ask on RawFu, because people are talking about superfoods. So a lot of people are asking, what is a superfood? Is there some sort of definition you can give for that?
A formal definition, I think a superfood is something that is exceptionally nutrient dense. When you compare, say, regular produce to something that's, what one would consider exotic, it has so much more nutritional value, and I think that's quite apparent. I know there's a lot of question about it, and that's good that there's question about it. It's the nutritional profile. It's totally outstanding in comparison to regular foods.
So it packs a real nutritional punch for a
Huge.
small amount of food.
Yes.
Can you give some examples of what would be considered a superfood?
Absolutely. Goji berries, Inca berries, maca roots, raw chocolate, MSM, aloe, hemp seeds, camu berry. I mean, the list goes on, and the things that you can incorporate every single day.
So are these foods that should be the bulk of your diet, or sort of accessorize a diet high in produce?
Exactly. I think that, the raw food community is so already conscious of what they're eating, then superfoods kind of put a layer on top of it. It's just something to add in and to create exceptional, superior health. And I think sometimes that's hard to achieve with the way that our soil is grown. Even if it's all organic, which I eat all organic, I eat all raw, I still feel more deeply nourished when I have superfoods in my diet.
So what are your favorite superfoods? What do you use on a daily basis?
Well, Vitamin Green, without question.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't live without it. I mean, I put it in everything. I love it. I also
Vitamin Green is a green powder made by Health Force Nutritionals that is vitamins, minerals, and probiotics and enzymes. And what's beautiful about it is algae. And what's beautiful about it is that it's a whole food, meaning if you take a vitamin or a supplement on its own, it may be vitamin A that's been isolated or fractionated from everything else that it needs for you to be able to absorb or use it. And so basically what you're doing is you're filling yourself with isolated minerals or vitamins that just move right through you like expensive pee, basically. But with Vitamin Green, they take whole foods, which come with everything you need to absorb everything in those foods, mix them together, bring it down, and it's actually considered a food, not a supplement.
Exactly, and I work with Health Force. I've been working with them for about 2.5 years now, and so I'm the educator in the San Francisco Bay Area.
How'd I do?
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah. And I do I talk about it all day long. And so it's interesting because I'm doing market research all day long, just speaking with people who are raw, people who are mostly not raw, people who are incorporating superfoods. And vitamin green, I find, is the easiest way to introduce superfoods to someone's diet, besides raw chocolate. Yeah.
So what makes raw cacao? What makes that a superfood?
Well, same thing, the nutritional profile. The amazing thing is it doesn't have sugar. So I think a lot of people who are hooked on cooked sugar, it's because of the refined sugars, the dairy, and everything is just so addictive in it. And so raw chocolate doesn't have any of that, but you still get the indulgent, decadent taste, and you can do so much with it. It's totally versatile.
Well, now I have to say that I have a problem with raw chocolate. Like, I love it, but just like coffee, I end up very spun out, and then I need more the next day, and I need more the next day. So
we'll see how you feel after you had some of ours today.
There was chocolate. Dang. So, okay, you were saying you do vitamin green every day, and what else are like your favorites?
Okay, right now I've always been huge on MSM. MSM is like my favorite thing ever.
Me too, daily.
Yeah, it's the best. And
so what is it? People may not know what that is.
Yeah, it's sulfur. So if you're wanting better hair, skin, nails, vision, collagen, it's collagen building. It's just for beauty, for appearance, for look, for metabolism, for joints, for ligaments, for tendons. It's so profoundly nutrient dense, and it has kind of an interesting taste if you're doing it in just straight water, which is actually the best way for maximum absorption.
Interesting is kind.
It's what?
Interesting is a kind description.
Yeah.
Okay. So MSM.
Yeah. And so I make a camu elixir every day, and I do camu. It's up on my blog. It's camu, MSM, Celtic salts, a blend, blue-green algae, all spring water. And so I drink that every day. I'm drinking it right now. It's just so tasty. It's really hydrating, and it's so much more exciting than just straight water. So camu for the vitamin C and antioxidant properties. I was really into maca root for a long time. I'm just taking a break from that. That is amazing for like stamina, endurance, energy. It's an adaptogen, so it helps you become more resilient. It's great for stress, for overwhelm, for fatigue, for people who get tired like later in the day, that time period between like 2 and 5. People are starting to crash, or maybe more mainstream, maybe not necessarily raw foodies, but maca is great for that. It really helps you adapt to stress.
Steven and I have that in our blended apple every morning for breakfast, and when we don't have it, we can really tell the flavor's different. We miss it, and I think it does feel really good.
Yeah, it totally does. Blue-green algae is a big favorite in raw chocolate. We make a lot of raw chocolates here, and it's always got superfoods in them. We balance it with, I'm using greens all the time. I live on greens, and so raw chocolate is kind of something that comes in quite often, but it's not like, it's not creating an acidic state in my body, and it's not addictive. I can, you want to be at a point where you can go without it, and it's not going to be a problem, where you don't have to have it the next day. And I think by alkalizing your system with something like vitamin green is a really important way to do that.
So another question I wanted to ask is, how do people know that they're getting quality superfoods? Like, is there a real difference between what's being offered? Because just like anything else, it's become a market.
It's a huge market. It's really, it's totally confusing, I think, for people. There's only a few select companies that I would order or work with, and by working with Health Force, I've gotten a lot of insider word on that. And Jameis Sheridan is, the best formulator, hands down, of all time. He's creating products that have energetics, that have homeopathics, that when I'm doing my demos or teaching classes, we'll compare, and people always gravitate to Health Force, always. I don't ever have people choosing things that are in plastic. With Health Force, they're in a glass jar, there's a metal lid, there's an oxygen absorber inside. So you have to look at that's the integrity of the product, as how it's packaged. That shows Jameis' intentions and whomever else is formulating. So there's a lot of them that are called green powders on the market that are packaged with binders and fillers and other crap in there, to kind of fill up space. And they can still call it a superfood. It's very misleading.
So Health Force?
Health Force, Elements for Life, Ultimate Superfoods.
Ultimate Superfoods?
Yeah, great.
So I think we're running out of time. I just want to thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you.
And tell people again how they can find you.
EdibleGoddess.com is my blog, and Slim Sexy Healthy is the link to my programs. And it'll be up live in the next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.